Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me today. I do hope you are well. Right, we're back in Utopia and we are going to be working on our elephant enclosure over here. Right, so last episode I finished off a load of the rock wall features, the waterfall features, and built this little shack over here, a little bit of food and drink over here. Quite happy with how this looks actually. I quite like the shape of it. It will look a lot nicer once I do all the foliage around the outside. But for now, that's pretty good. So today I'm going to crack on with a lot of foliage, and I also just want to get this sort of retaining wall done. Now what I've decided to do is I don't want to continue using these big pathways through the whole zoo, especially raised ones, because it just causes that problem of having this gap underneath that you have to fill in all the time, which is a problem that I don't want to have. So I'm not going to keep everything raised. I might have one like this one. I might continue this pathway, but these two here are going to be it. And then what I might do is have some steps that come down and start having smaller pathways down on the ground. But we'll get to that in the next episode as I decide what's going to happen next. For now, let's look in here. So what I want to do here is I believe there's this big, this one here, this big fake tree, and I think I can colour this. Yeah. So what I'd like to do is make this like a brown. Yeah, something like that. Right, and then what I want to do is just create a sort of a, like I did with the rocks, you create like a little bit like this, which you can then sort of copy and paste. So I think, let's get the angle snap on. If I turn that, let's make sure I'm using the right one. Yep. Lift that up. See, and it kind of creates this slight, like a rocky wall type thing. A rocky wall type thing. You know what I mean. And then obviously I'm just going to twist some just to randomize it a bit, because obviously you don't want it looking too repetitive. Excuse me. In fact, what I'll do as well, I'll change the color of some of them as well, so that you don't have that repetitive color. So if I just highlight a few like that, and then just come in here, and then just let's just go a little bit lighter, like so, and then maybe these three could be even lighter still, something like that. Right, how does that look? I think that will look fine once that's sort of copied and pasted. Let's find out, shall we? Let's come over here and see what we think. Oh yeah, it's a little bit tricky there because that's not flat, but I think once you get around here, I'll tell you what I need to do actually. So I've got those little knobbly bits sticking out the top. I need to get rid of them. So I think it's actually, what I'll do, it's probably easier if I lift up the other bits. I just want it so you've got a nice flat top, like that. That's better. And then it should be quite simple to just bring this in here, like so. Actually, it's got a slight curve the other way, so I might just do something like that. I might still come in and add a layer around the top, cause or I don't know if I sink it. Actually, if I kind of sink it right in, I don't know. Do you know what? I want to uncurve it. That's what I want to do. I'm not sure how that happened, but I think it's during the twisting, I think. So if I can kind of straighten it out. There we go. I think that's a bit better. So yeah, I think I might do it like right underneath like that. I think that kind of hide the top completely. And just, yeah, I think that's going to work really nicely. So while I'm doing this, just want to say a big thank you to all of you. All your support and your feedback has been really good. Everyone seems to be really enjoying this so far. I'm certainly having a lot of fun creating it. But yeah, all you guys seem to be having a lot of fun with it as well. So thank you for that. Makes it all worthwhile, you know, all the thought that goes into it. I had someone think about sort of where I get my ideas. You asked me about that, and I explained that I work alone most days. So really, it's you know, I listen to the radio, but other than that, it's just me and my thoughts most days. So yeah, I have a lot of time to just think, and I do spend a lot of it thinking about this at the moment, coming up with ideas. I'm also a writer, so I write novels. I've written one full-length novel and self-published that, but I'm kind of working on another one at the moment. So you know, I think of ideas for that as well. So yeah, I've always got things to think about. But yeah, at the moment, a lot of my time is spent thinking about this while I'm working, obviously, because while I'm gardening. But gardening doesn't always involve a lot of brain power. You can always think about other things while you're doing it. I'll just go like that for now. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Once you get some foliage around that as well, I think that will work really nicely. Brilliant. Let's get rid of that. Great. Let's crack on then. I'll tell you what I might do. I might just get some more animals in actually. Let's get, actually, who have we got? Let's just check. What have we got here? We have a female. So let's get, what did I just do? Did I just get, yeah, 2 males and a female. Let's go with that for now. Let's send those in. You don't want to overcrowd it, especially elephants. They're quite large creatures. Brilliant. Let's look at some foliage then. Let's focus on the land first. So I'm going to do similar stuff to what I did in the last habitat, where I had these lovely big mosses, sort of grassy patches like this. I really love this stuff, and you can just you can finish off a habitat nicely, I think, with this stuff. It just, you know, just fills it all in, and you kind of create shapes with it. And then, you know, obviously I'll blend stuff in. I'll have a whole load of trees, so I'm gonna mix up the trees a bit in this habitat. I'm not going to continue just with the kind of jungly theme that we've done before. There's going to be a whole load of sort of pines, I think, or firs in here. I do need to think about enrichment in here as well. Let's bring it right down here into the entrance area as well. Make sure that looks decorated. And up here. Now, I'm a little bit zoomed out, but hopefully this stuff is good. It is looking good. I'll probably get rid of some of the long grass because it can be a little bit disruptive. Whoops. It's tricky to do this stuff on slopes, but I think if you just keep it around the edges, I think it'll work okay. I'm going to have fun decorating the waterfall. I've got some nice ideas for that. So I am keeping this stuff mostly to where the rocks are. The idea that the animals don't really go near it because obviously they would trample a lot of this stuff. So this, you know, this edge here and this bit here, I want to keep fairly cleared. Right, lovely. That's looking good. What else have we got here? We've got a lovely green one, or we've got a nice red one as well. Now this is where it gets tricky, because I've got to try and sink this stuff in. If that's what I want to do, I think I will, just a little bit. I don't want to go over the top, I don't think, with this. But I think it looks nice to have a few color variations when you're doing this kind of stuff. I'll put some taller bits of grass in as well. Someone mentioned, who was it? I think it was Super Ghost. You mentioned doing an elephant fountain similar to the otter fountain that I did in the last zoo, which I think that's a great idea. So what I'll do with that probably is put it right up at the top of the waterfall area, and make it look like it's sort of feeding the waterfall with a fountain somewhere right at the top in this corner. Lovely. Right, so this is the other stuff that I like to use. I think this stuff just looks great. Sparingly, you know, don't want to go over the top with it. And what we've got smaller ones as well. So I do like to mix it up with big and small. We've also got some different coloured stuff, which I quite like. This matches the colour of the other stuff that I just put down. Creates a nice sort of, I don't know, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Like a savanna, isn't it? That's the kind of look that I'm going for with these grasses. That kind of wild savanna look that elephants would actually be in the wild. It's always one of the most fun parts, I think, for me, certainly being a gardener, doing the foliage like this. I always enjoy it. It's quite time consuming and repetitive, but the effect at the end is definitely worth the time and the effort that it takes to do it. Hopefully the elephants appreciate all my efforts. I'm sure they do. I don't know that they could show me, but I'm sure if they could talk, they'd say thank you. Thank you for building me such a nice habitat. And then I'm hoping I can use sort of conifers and things all around these rocks. And I've got a bit of an idea of how I'm going to try and achieve that. And we'll see if it works. My next habitat is going to be alligators, I think. Alligators or crocodiles, not sure which yet. Probably alligators, I think. And I'm going to do like a huge viewing area, like an underwater viewing area for them. That's my plan. Oh, let's just, that one's floating a little bit there. Right, how does that look for a start? That's looking okay. Good. Let's. I'm just going to paint away a whole load of that long grass because it kind of gets in the way of the foliage that you're actually laying down. I don't mind leaving a lot of this as grass, but I will just. I think I will just soften it a bit in places. Certainly, like, whoops, that's too intense. Hang on. In places where they would walk a lot like that, sort of that central line. And down to the water there, kind of coming out the water here, along the edge here. There you go. Excellent, okay. Not sure what I'm going to do around this edge yet. I might just do some nice thick foliage, I think, some bushes probably around there. Don't really want to do bushes on here, I don't think. I may. Let's have a look. Let's just see what we've got. Just going to have a look at these. Oh, what is that? Oh, yes, I've just thought I have actually I have just downloaded the new expansion, so I don't know whether that's actually going to have given me some new exciting stuff to play with. Oh yes, this is a grass that I really like actually. It's technically a water plant, but actually I do think it looks pretty good if you use it like this on the rocks. So let's do that. I think that will look good. This can be sort of my alternate option to using proper bushes. You see, I think it works. You let me know. What do you think? Do you think that works? I think it does, because you're just trying to create that sort of long distance effect of foliage on the rocks and around the rocks. I think it looks pretty good. I'm only going to do it sort of around here, not on the land bit here. I don't think I'll do it around the waterfall. I think I may do, but probably not. Or on this other side here, because I'll do a lot of water plants down there. What have we got? So we got a fever tree. Interesting. Yeah. So I'm not sure what's in the new pack. What have we got here? Look at that. All sorts of interesting new things. I'll tell you what I should do. I should filter by the content pack and have a look. Now, what was it that I just downloaded? Oh, the Zookeeper's pack. That's it. Right, so there's nothing in nature. Interesting. Okay. Is there anything in... There's got to be something in one of these, isn't there? Here we go. So we got new things in here. Lots of new signs. Some new... Ooh. A Zookeeper lantern. Interesting. Oh, what do we got here? Ah, marquees. That's cool. Yeah, that's good. I like that sort of thing. Marquee supports. New bit of rope. That's always welcome. Well, that looks a little bit small. Some walls. Interesting. Oh, maypole. That's pretty funky, isn't it? Maypole cap. Yeah. Well, little bits of metal. Stuff like that is great. These pieces are really good. I love stuff like that. Because it just, oh, lanterns, they're good. Oh, look at that. That's a nice piece. Stuff like this just lends itself to so many different things, doesn't it? Cable, little balls like that. Yeah, fantastic. Umbrella. Oh, what is that? Oh, hello. That's pretty funky, isn't it? Nice. So yeah, so there is some good stuff in this pack. I haven't really looked at the animals either, to be honest, but never mind. We'll get to that. Right, elephants, good. Elephants look happy. That's what we like. So, foliage. Actually, should I do my fountain? Let's do the fountain while I'm thinking about it. Let's come into here. Where are we? Now I'm in completely the wrong thing. That's why I couldn't see it. Here we go. Fountains. Right, let's come out here. So I'm going to start with the biggest one, which is that one, I think. So we'll start with that. And actually that one's the same size. That's fine. We won't... Ooh. Yeah, actually I'm going to kind of double it up a bit like that, because I want it to look quite substantial at the bottom. And then I probably want a nice... Yeah, I want to make it really big, you know, quite in your face. Actually, I need to cover that block, so let's put one of them in. Hang on, then one of these kind of sunk into it. And then what, do we need one of them? Or is that too tall already? Let's have a look. With one of them. One of those. No. No, that's too... Okay, let's go with that, and then let's go elephant. Let's see which different elephant ones we've got. Oh, that's tiny. I think, yeah, probably something like this. wow, that's huge, but I might be able to use them at the bottom potentially. Right, what do we think here? I don't mind if it's only balancing on 1 foot because it's all part of the same structure, so it can look like it's attached like that. Or I think potentially I'll just get the statues at the bottom. Maybe a big one like that. Maybe a couple of, no, they're too symmetrical, unfortunately. Okay, let's do that. Lovely. Now let's go with a big old water jet. Now, which one is it? I always get the wrong one. Water jet large. I think that's what you want, isn't it? Yeah, so I need to just come into here. And get this up to the top there. Lovely. Right, let's highlight all of that together. And let's see if we can look like it belongs up here somewhere. So that's what I'm thinking. Get it right up in this corner here. Kind of sunk into the rocks. Just trying to think, it's going to be viewed from sort of here. So yeah, I think that looks cool. I might turn it. Oops, let's have a look at that. What do we think? Yeah, I like that. Is it floating? It is floating. That's fine. I can sort that out. Nice and simple. Just get some extra rocks in here. There we go. Now it's not floating. Lovely. There you go. There is your elephant fountain, and that can be seen from a long way away. So that's cool. Great. Oh look, our elephants are having fun. They're out in the water as well, which is nice. Okay, let's do a bit of the water next, shall we? So in here we are going to do some reeds. Now again, I've got to be careful with these ones because these block traversable area, unfortunately. But I am going to have some because I think they just look fantastic. Whoops, no, I don't want to add it to anything. So I'm just going to get some of these in here. Just around the edge of this bit. I don't mind blocking a bit of area here because there's plenty of space here for the animals to roam around. I think that's it because if I put any along here, it's going to block it too much. So I'm going to go with this other reed, I think, along there. This one is smaller, so this one has to go a bit more in the margins. I'll try and make it look as natural as I can in places like this. Get a few of the smaller clumps in as well. And the even smaller ones. Because this stuff doesn't just grow in big clumps, it kind of sends its roots out under the soil and then pops up here and there as well. So you want to try and spread it out nicely. So I think what I'll do, if I go along and just put in these big ones, then I can always come back and do the smaller bits at a separate time. So yeah, not too much of this. So I want the water here. Actually, do you know what? I think I'm going to have to just use a few of these here because the other ones are just disappearing because the water's just a bit too deep. But that's fine because I don't really want them coming over this end anyway. So actually, if I hide this end quite a lot, that's fine. That will stop them disappearing under there. I obviously decided quite what I'm doing here yet. I'll probably just do some rocks there. I was going to create an archway, but actually I think it will look nice if I just hide it with some rocks. Let's just thicken this up a little bit here. See if I can get any of these in at all. No, it's not going to work like that, is it? I'll tell you what I am going to do, and I know I said I wasn't going to, but actually, do you know what? I think I will just get some of this stuff on this other side of the rocks, because I do think it looks really nice. Doesn't need a lot. I just want it looking relatively green along both sides of the rocks. Of course, I've got to check that this doesn't mess up their area. I didn't check that, did I? That was very silly of me. Something does. I think it might be that one. Actually, it's fine. I mean, they can get all the way along here, so that's absolutely fine. They can still get along there. Yeah, so that doesn't block their area, but this other stuff does, including possibly the elephant ears. It might be the rocks doing it there, actually. Not sure. Either way, it looks good, and they can still go everywhere, so that's the main thing. Brilliant. Okay, so that's the water looking decent. I'll probably get some. So what I would often do with this water is put a load of stuff actually on the floor of the water, but I'm not going to do that here because elephants would just destroy it. Realistically, it would just be mud, so there's no point doing that. Plus, it's a real sort of suck on the polygons for the game for my computer to run, so it's not really realistic for that. Now, what I'm just thinking, because I want some quite thick foliage along this edge, and I'm thinking what I might do is some kind of tree like that I can sink in if I can find something appropriate. I mean, that is a good start, you see, and it's just gonna kind of fill out the edge. I can kind of get it all along here. Because you don't want the elephants getting up close to people, so you want to kind of create this thick foliage like that. And I will just check. Actually, I think I had a bit. Yeah, it's just sticking through a little bit there. I will just check that doesn't mess up where they can go. No, it doesn't. That's fine. I'm not bothered that they can't get through this gap here. That's not a problem. Cool, that's good. And I will find something else as well. Something that's slightly different colour would be nice, just so it contrasts. Even if it is just a different green. Yeah, so this kind of stuff. I don't mind if it sticks up a little bit as well. Kind of blocks the view in places. But yeah, I just want it to look wild around this side, you know. And then I think at this end I'll kind of lift it up a bit more like that, really thicken it out, and then yeah, probably in here as well actually. I'm going to have a load of other trees in this habitat, so I'll probably fill that gap with them. But yeah, so it just looks nice and wild around this edge. I think what I'll do with these actually as well is use these to go underneath like so. I think that works, and then I can obviously play around with them on the other side as well. In fact, I may even use them over here potentially, as well as as a bit of rock work. Yeah, and then I can kind of hide the edge with rocks, something like that. Just create this little tunnel that the water flows through. I know you can still see the glass under here. I'm not too fussed about that. That's just how it is. I mean, I'll leave that up for now because the water is still flowing out. But eventually I think I can come in and lower that. In fact, because I think I've still got, see, I've still got this one here. And I think I'm safe to now lower this because I don't think it needs to be there now because I'm not playing around with the water levels there. Great. Oh, this is coming together well. So this over here, this bit will mostly be covered in the trees. So I'll do that in the next episode, I think. But foliage wise now, I think that is looking quite nice. When I do the trees, I will add a few of them around the outside, I think, and there'll be a whole load on these rocks around here and up around the back. And then I'll think about the waterfall area. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do on there yet. But yeah, we're getting there. It's coming together. I think it's starting to look like a nice habitat now. So let's leave it there, shall we, for this episode. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, you can hit the like button. Please do leave me some comments if you've got something that you want to tell me or ask me. And any suggestions as well for the zoo in the future, then please do let me know. So that'll do it for now. I'm going to record another episode straight after this. So I'm recording this on Saturday. I didn't get a chance to no, hang on, sorry, I'm recording this on Sunday. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to put an episode out yesterday, but I'm going to try and get 2 done now, 1 today, 1 tomorrow, and I'm actually off work on Monday, so I'm going to do a whole load of recording hopefully on Monday is my plan. Get a few episodes in the bank, you know, for when I can't record more. So let's leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you've had fun. Join me in the next episode and we will pretty much finish this habitat, I think, and move on to our next. Until then, do take care of yourselves. I will see you soon. Bye for now.